Hello guys, how are you doing? If this is your first time watching, my name is Glory Ifoma. Do not make it your last. Subscribe, click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. In this channel, I give lifestyle tips. I talk about finance, fashion. I can assure you it's going to be an enjoyable time here, so do not make it your last. Do the needful. Please subscribe, click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. I'm going to be talking about how to exit your lazy girl era. What I mean by lazy girl, these are just like attitude and some things you sort of like ignore that's making you as a feminine woman. You're not maximizing your maximum potential because you're ignoring some little things here and there. So it's just basically, how do you let go of some of these things so that you can be the best of yourself? I'm going to break this topic into two main subheadings. The first is the mindset shift, and the second is the physical action. The second, it's not really going to be efficient without efficiently working on the first, which is mindset, working on your mindset. I have every reason to believe that whatsoever we do or which manifests outside is also a product of what's going on inside. And that is why even whenever you want to make a change or whatever it is, that thought process, that change is supposed to start from the inside. And that's the reason I'm breaking it into the mindset as working in the inside. Then how then do you now from the inside you're now able to project it on the outside? That's the outward and taking physical actions. The conversation about mindset is going to be bordered around productivity, it's going to be bordered around motivation, and it's going to be bordered around time management. Before going into that detailing, I want you to note something. Affirmations are very, very important, and the irony is that affirmation could be positive or negative. In as much as you can get positive results from positive affirmation, same way, if your affirmations are negative, you're definitely going to have negative results. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Sometimes we're not kind to ourselves, or not being partial to ourselves, or we are too hard on ourselves, and this just like translates to the sort of affirmation of the things we tell ourselves, which sort of now when it's negative we start seeing it actually being negative, or we now see the physical response to that being negative because of the negative affirmations. We look at other people's life and we look at how they do the things they do, and we think they are productive, or maybe they're actually being productive, and we use that to evaluate ourselves when we are like on different lane, when we are doing different things altogether. I'll give an example. Okay, we do watch videos, maybe such as my YouTube videos. You're seeing content creators giving like a rundown of their daily activities, and it's like, okay, someone's waking up by 5:30 a.m. and by going to bed by 10 p.m. and you see like dot things and things getting done and all of that, and it's like, this person is very productive, and you use that to evaluate yourself. Whereas you guys are probably not executing the same activity, you're perhaps not in the same work of life, perhaps you're just in this different profession, and you're using someone else's life or someone else's value of productivity or definition of productivity on yourself. And because you're not meeting up to what you see that person doing, it's almost like you're not being productive and you beat yourself up and all of that. So that's the first thing you need to stop telling yourself, that you're not productive. Talking about consistency in a whole, you actually understand the idea of consistency. It's just that in some certain area of your life you're not consistent about some particular things. I will give an example. For me, I understand the importance of exercising, but I don't really enjoy exercising. I think it's too much work for me to wake up at a particular time and go and gym and all of that. It's really tasking to me. But I know how important it is to exercise. I know it's very important for the general well-being of the body, but I don't enjoy exercising, and because of that I'm not consistent in. So how was I able to go around it such that I become consistent and get off that lazy girl part of me? I had to like break down exercise into different compartments and different like types. There are different types of exercises. So I enjoy dancing. So how then do I inculcate my dancing or make it consistent? Since it's something I enjoy doing, I had to like inculcate my exercising. And of course, exercise is like moving your body, and dancing is like moving your body. So I had to like, since I enjoy dancing, I had to like, okay, that could be my exercise. I just need to intensify it a little bit. I just need to like add more routines and more steps. And with that, I became consistent, because now I'm able to like look at what I enjoy in that particular whole big picture, which is exercising. And I was able to be somewhat consistent. So how then do you make yourself consistent? You need to look for the fun in it. You need to try to make it fun. You need to try to like squeeze out the juicy part of it. Or like I did for myself, which is looking at other ways I can approach those sort of major activity. You can also look at the things which are important to you, but which for some reason you're not consistent. You try to like bring out the joy, squeeze out the joy in it, because once you're able to find some excitement in it, then somehow you become consistent. So how do you stay motivated and consistent? By simply looking for ways through which you can bring out the fun, squeeze out the joy in the things you're doing, something that makes you excited. How do you make the activities you do exciting? You're working, how do you make that job exciting, such that you can keep being at it? You can maybe inculcate some little habits in your sort of boring routine. Maybe listen to music, listen to a podcast, or maybe motivational something to spike up your interest. That's another way you can use and inculcate it in your major activities to make it a lot more interesting. That's like motivation. Now let's talk about productivity. How do you enhance your productivity? By planning. For me, what I do personally for myself, I try to plan, because most times there are just so many things like drawing my attention here and there, and when I'm not able to like really plan, even if I'm achieving, I feel like I'm not productive, if you know what I mean. Even if I'm really doing a lot, but because it's not really organized in my head, at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I still feel like I've not been productive, because I've basically not like planned. So what I did is I have my OneNote journal, which I journal the major things I'm supposed to do in a day, and as I'm accomplishing it, I'm like literally taking it off my list for that day. And it also just helped me be more organized and know the things I can prioritize in a day, and just help me plan properly. In actual sense, sometimes we are really productive, but because it's not just organized in our head, we are beating ourselves and telling ourselves you're not productive. So organizing more is a better approach to understanding and like giving yourself a pat on the back that you're being productive. Or if you're not productive, then it helps you know the areas where you can focus on in a day, in a month, in a week. Another method I've also been able to adopt to enhance my productivity is adopting micro productivity connectors. I call it micro productivity connectors. That means like in between a major thing I'm supposed to do, I just chip in a micro something. For example, maybe I'm going for a meeting, or I'm heading off somewhere. I could maybe so most times I journal even when I do research, when I have to talk about a topic, just to add to my knowledge and to like have a proper overview of what I'm talking about. So I could listen to other videos of other creators, other speakers and all of it. So I could do that if maybe I'm on my way to a meeting. So those are like micro productivity connectors. The meeting is like my major, but then on the way to the meeting, I'm also like ticking off something from my bucket list. I'm like adding more to my knowledge. I'm getting more information on what I want to talk about. So you can also look for those micro productivity connector too. Sometimes you probably want to exercise. Exercising is your major productivity milestone for the day or so, but because while you're exercising, you're perhaps listening to a podcast, or maybe you're listening to music or something, You know, sometimes you want to do something, but you have like an in-between relaxation sort of technique in between a major thing you want to do. So you can look for those micro productivity connector. And one good thing about micro productivity connector is that it's sort of like a trigger. It gives you, empowers you, gives you more energy to face the more the major productive box you are trying to tick. Yeah, and that thing I've also been able to do is study my productive pattern for the day or for the week. And so what do I mean by that? So I noticed that I'm very active. My mind is like alert, my brain is alert, and I assimilate more. I'm able to like do more at some certain time of the day. So when it's that time, like I give it my all, I'm totally present and all of that. And when I'm way past that time and my body is gradually like retracting itself, like getting to that rest mode, I don't try to fight it. You know, I try to like take it in and just, you know, give in to what my body wants at that time. Sometimes like it's usually between 3-4. So before I usually take a break by 2, but I notice by 2 I'm still very active, and it's like my brain is just still like thinking about different things and just trying to like do things. And I notice like even when by 4, when I'm trying to push myself to be active, my body is not giving in. It's not like responding. So I came to discover that, okay, this is my productive pattern, my body's productive pattern. So I now inculcate or build my activities around it, such that by the time it's 4, I'm slowing down a bit and just giving my body that break. Then another peak productive time for me is in the evening by 10 p.m. to maybe 1 a.m. or so. But because too of my work schedule, I'm also like able to plan around it, such that because I also need to sort of an early riser, so that I don't push myself. So sometimes I plan it, okay, this week this is how I'm going to give in, this is how I'm going to do it, and this other week I'm going to approach it this way. So you can study your body's pattern and also know how to plan your activities around it. And that thing I've also been able to adopt is time blocking, basically planning your day and planning your week. Your time block could be, you could break it into 4 parts, into 3 parts, however you want it. Like I said, I started that recently, and I'm just like building it as a habit where I have my work time, my rest time, my interactive time where I catch up with family and friends. I have my social media time where I'm able to scroll through social media and just catch up, and my rest time. So I have about like 5 time blocks. So you can also find what works for you, and all of this helps in your productivity and take you out of your lazy girl era. So guys, if you missed out on when we started from, we are talking about how to exit your lazy girl era. And to be honest, I think this applies to everyone, not just my girls in the house. It's basically, I think it's just for everyone, because who does not want to exit a lazy girl kind of, or a lazy guy kind of situation, a lazy girl or a lazy guy kind of situation. Like I initially said, is I broke it down into the mindset shift and then the physical action. And the mindset shift, I'm talking about motivation, and then you have the physical action. I'm talking about time management. I'm talking about productivity, time blocking, and just basically planning out your day and all of that. So I hope these tips have been very helpful. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have more tips to add to this video, feel free and leave a comment. Up next time is your girl Glory. So you have a wonderful time. See you in my next video. Bye.